Vegito Blue versus Corrupted Fuse Zamasu, a clash of the titans, a fight that aired damn near over a decade ago. Wait, is that true? Oh my god, it is. Damn, we're getting old. So with it being so many years since I've watched it in full, and it's probably been some time since you've last watched this full fight, we must now ask the question, was Vegito Blue versus Corrupted Fuse Zamasu worse, just as good, or even better than we remember? So let's go ahead and find out.
And here's something new. Vegito!
So to start off this clash of clashes, Zamasu launches a large ball of judgment at Vegito for Vegito to consider the attack more of a nuisance than anything else. Zamasu proceeds to show everyone why he is the god of yapping. Because God does he know how to go on and on and on and on before Vegito hits him with the good old 1-2. Hit Zamasu so hard he skid on the ground like throwing a rock across a lake. Zamasu gets up from that attack. Can we consider this getting up? Sure. For then the two to start the slobber knocker. Vegito in the middle of the tussle starts big brothering Zamasu. Zamasu then eye glares and the two do the fish clash of epic proportions. Vegito then fakes being knocked out. Zamasu keeps that yapping crown on his big corrupted head before he tries to stab Vegito. Vegito of course plays the Uno reverse card. They then both get into a rambling match, but going bar for bar with Zamasu is not possible for a mortal. Zamasu then proceeds to,
of course, that is why I do this. For the good of the cosmos, for creation!
Vegito makes the appropriate face for such a display. Zamasu gets the super mushroom power up. They then proceed to clash off screen. Oh, come the f. When we tune back in, Vegito is giving Zamasu them paws. Zamasu then attacks, Vegito evades, then proceeds to combo his ass into a building to then charge up and fire off the final Kamehameha. Zamasu of course comes out of the attack unscathed. Vegito instant transmission above Zamasu, preparing to punch his ass into another timeline, but they then defuse because of plot. Trunks then plugs back into player one and takes over and finishes off Zamasu. Yeah, that was it. It's incredibly short. Now, I already know that some will say, why am I not being as harsh on this one like I was on Gogeta versus Omega? Well, because after watching that debacle, damn near any other Dragon Ball fight would have felt like heaven, but let me explain. First off, things actually happen in this confrontation. Like, do you see this scene? Even though Vegito is clearly stronger than Zamasu, nothing like this happens even once in Gogeta vs Omega. That's one. Two, this is not the first and only time we have seen Vegito. That's enough about that for now. Let's talk about this scuffle. Yes, it could have been much cooler and longer, but as cool as Vegito versus Zamasu is, it is ultimately pointless because Vegito can never defeat Zamasu. Remember the whole immortal thing? Unlike Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, who could defeat Omega, Vegito does not know the Hakai unless, so he does not actually have a way to take him out. The other thing is that this arc is not about Goku or Vegeta or Vegito. This is Trunks' arc. It would be really fucked up if anyone else saved it aside from him. Yeah, them defusing early is stupid, just like Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. The biggest difference being, like I said earlier, even if they were fused for the rest of eternity, they could not defeat Zamasu, unlike Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, who could have defeated Omega. So them defusing pretty damn early is just a plot device to end the arc earlier, while giving us a cameo, if we're going to be honest, because Vegito is more of a cameo here than anything else. I mean, the arc essentially ends the next episode, and there's some post-arc wrap-up stuff, but this is pretty much the second to last episode of the arc. Whereas Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta is an important plot point, Vegito is just more or less a cameo. So now when it comes to this fight, it's just way too short to call it a fight, which is why it's a scuffle. And when I first watched this, I did also notice how short the fight was, but I was too caught up in the Vegito hype to care. But now coming back, considering that it's been damn near a decade since the fight aired, and rewatching it, it is a nice little cameo. The reason I feel totally different about Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta is because that was his first and only appearance, and it was ass. Vegito already had his time in the sun when he fought Buhan, so there was not much of a need to show more. Whereas on the opposite hand, Super Gogeta showed up for a hot second and we wanted to see more, which we did. We just unfortunately had to wait 13 years in the US and 24 years in Japan for him to get his moment. But hey, maybe Daima Season 2 will give us Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta and actually let him be able to cook this time. So yeah, the reason I'm not as tough on this scuffle is for those very reasons. Zamasu is immortal, so Vegeta cannot kill him even if he was fused for the next 100 years. 2, it's not his arc. Having him defeat the big bad of the arc would have the arc low-key feel anticlimactic. If Trunks doesn't get his hero moment, it's not his first and only appearance. We have seen Vegito for an extended period of time before. We know what he's fully capable of. 4, he's more of a fan service type cameo, like in Deadpool and Wolverine when they have the characters from the Fox universe in there. It's purely aesthetic, and yeah, they may have been there, but just like most cameos, they're there to mostly please us, which is what Vegito mostly is used for, just to please us, the audience, which it does. So yes, even though this scuffle between these two is incredibly short, I think it's safe to say Vegito Blue versus corrupted Zamasu is just as good as we remember.